I am karma, the shadow of God. I am the reaction to your actions, for I am balance and justice. From the time of the Watcher's punishment, I will tell you about Lilith and her connection to the goddess Hecate. A long time ago, during Enoch's time, when the angels, the Watchers, were being punished, the angel Samyaza taught the secrets of the heavens, but especially taught Lilith, who was a fast learner. Samyaza asked Hecate to take over the teaching and keep Lilith safe in her abode, which was the moon, until she has learned all she can learn and do. After the angels, the Watchers, were dealt with, Hecate kept Lilith safe from the ways of the world. When it came time for Lilith to return to earth, Hecate used a scrying mirror to show Lilith what has been happening on the earth during her time on the moon. Lilith was taken aback by all she saw and heard. The world viewed her as a demon and said invocations in her name, asking for worldly things and sexual perversions. Lilith was saddened and asked Hecate, who was a mother to Lilith, since Lilith, when created, didn't have a mother, and Hecate was her teacher in all things. Lilith, why do they speak of me as such? Hecate, those who call you such, their hearts are not of true intent. Lilith, you have taught me all I needed to know, and you've been my only mother and teacher. I don't know if I want to leave you and go back to such a world that speaks of me as a being of wickedness. Hecate, I have been throughout the world. I have seen kings and kingdoms rise and fall. I have seen both good and evil. But to distinguish those with false prayers on their lips and those with true prayers in their heart is their intent. Seek out those whose hearts have true intent. Hecate then took Lilith down to the portal and asked Lilith to once more reach out to the inhabitants of the world. In her red hooded robe, Lilith reached out psychically and listened to the hearts of those who spoke her name. Once again, she heard all the ignorance being spoken out of foolish mouths of those who believed what they think Lilith is and should be. Hecate, my daughter, seek out only those with true heart's intent. Lilith once more reached out until she found prayers from those whose hearts are of true intent and not prayers by those who say demonic things about her to justify their own lifestyle. Lilith heard soul after soul whose true intent shined within, soul after soul and prayer after prayer. Lilith heard voices of the young and old which brought tears to her eyes. Prayer, Goddess Lilith, thou knowest the very heights and depths of my veritable self. Let no other visible or invisible, tangible or intangible, taketh from me what is thine, as I have sworn by my free will. Prayer, Goddess Lilith, remember our devotions. Forgive us our weaknesses. Write the names of the faithful in thy book of life, for we live out our lives in thy name. Lilith knew the world needed her to set things right in all hearts and teach them the meaning of true intentions. Hecate had promised Lilith that she will always watch over her and that she was just one thought away when needed. Then Lilith, with words of magic on her lips, returned to the world as the Pantamath goddess.